All right, hello everybody. Welcome. We are now excuse me. We are now live. Ryu, Aranya, our titular fox, is going to be a few more minutes. But we're just gonna kind of hang out on chat for a bit while we wait for hang out on stream for a bit until Aranya gets here, which will
As
hopefully be just a few minutes.
as is expected.
Yes.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and get some basic background music going. Just just a little recap music theme. Um, just so there's a little background music. All right. Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'm going to be in an orb during our hangout here. Let me take care of that.
know.
All right. Now, where was I? Right. So, yeah, so, what do you guys want to talk about while we wait for Aranya?
Hear me out, guys. If you think about it, D&D is like, if you think about it, this setting is actually just like Star Wars, alright?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, the
I literally,
magic.
in my particular setting, I literally put Jedi in it. I mean, Chi-Walkers who are not Jedi and are legally distinct thereof.
Yes,
Okay.
legally distinct Jedi are totally Jedi, guys.
I've got
No,
another.
no,
I've got another.
there's similarities, but they are distinct entities with their own
They are my
philosophy.
similarly distinct Jodi.
God
They
damn
are
it!
they are the space monks.
Mhm.
They
who
are
can
the
use
light
the Force.
Chi-Walkers.
They weave the
They
Force.
must also exist too. That weave the
Here-
farce. The farts. What?
I've got an
The
idea.
farce. Like the fake.
fuck?
Going there?
Anyway, I would never make a
Yeah.
fart joke. I'm too
Me
ladylike for
either.
that.
I would never. Those are they're not. They're never in good taste. Hear me out though, guys. Okay.
On my
If
own?
if the Jedi, if the Star Wars thing wasn't bad enough, I've got another one. Hercules is just a really badly covered up Jesus metaphor.
What?
What?
I mean, timeline-wise, that doesn't quite add up.
No,
Yeah,
it is. No, it's
this is
clearly
not passing
just
my smell
Christian
check.
propaganda.
Wouldn't that make since timeline-wise, wouldn't that make Jesus a Hercules metaphor?
I'm gonna go pull up Wikipedia
At which
right
point?
now. Yeah. No,
At
Jesus
which
happened
point
in
in
500
history did
BC. Wikipedia's telling me that.
at which point did Jesus kill his own wife and see his own family die and
This is like
round up all of the cows in
there were
Greece?
so many Greek Jesus ripoffs by this point that this one's kind of playing around with it fast and loose, kind of like Shrek.
Here's the thing, I feel like what they actually did was have Shrek and try to eventually mold it into a Jesus shape. Like the Shrek that I'm gonna buy at the yard sale tomorrow and mold into a Jesus.
I love this starter because it's it's so obviously wrong, and then when you double down, people are like, well, "What's wrong with you?"
I mean,
Oh,
come
man.
on.
That being said, though, I also like to say that sea turtles aren't real. And whenever people ask me, how are you going to prove this? I just tell them that the only Bible that references sea turtles is the King James Version.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the inside of a sea turtle's throat? That thing can't be real.
Oh, God, yeah. Like, I'm telling you, I believe that pond turtles, that's pushing it. Land turtles, makes sense. They're reptiles. Sea turtles, that's bullshit. Sea snakes are fake, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't...
I mean, they're totally a fantasy creature, which is why you're fighting some next Monday.
Oh, great. That being said, though, I'm also the same opinion of fossils. I think fossils are actually just probes in the ground that the government puts there to listen to our conversations.
Right, yeah, that makes perfect
Getting into some
sense.
ridiculous territory, aren't we?
Have you ever pulled out? Yeah, we should steer right, maybe a little bit.
Marilyn?
Yeah, I'm
Marilyn,
starting to get like
have-
weirded out by
did-
this.
have- Did
What is it?
did you used to eat a lot of chalk?
No, but I used to describe the like 164 crayon like Crayola pack as like the sampler menu.
Oh my god. Okay, I wanted to call you out on like some weird thing as a kid, and I'm like, don't say eating crayons. Don't say
I
eating
didn't.
crayons.
I
Cause you know my ass tried all 124
Oh.
flavors in that fucking pack.
Oh, you gotta understand, classic purple was always the best. Anybody disagrees, they're a coward.
No, man, light blue. It
Jeez.
tastes like the flavor you've never had before.
Of course you like light blue. Of course you do. I should have chalked you up as that kind of a person. I'm disappointed
Yeah.
though.
Really?
Purple's the best. I hope I
Mm.
figured that with your hindsight and years of knowledge from the time which you first started, you'd have pieced that together by now.
Purple's the best color, but it is not the best flavor.
No,
Mm-mm.
red's the best color, Dad.
Insert
We'll never see
Insert-
eye to eye. This is the real reason why we're breaking up.
I'm sorry, maroon's the best. Let me put it that way. Are you happy now?
Mm-hmm.
Like a good burgundy, that shit's fucking hot.
Insert some sort of joke about green flavor that's really just flirting with Rumi.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, I see.
If I were clever, I would have done something there, but I wasn't.
Clever green flavor.
Yes.
Mhm.
Wow. I see what
Maybe-
you did there.
Now I'm genuinely flustered though. You didn't even put it into
I
a
didn't even do
context
the
or
work.
anything, and I'm over here like, oh fuck.
No,
Uh,
no. What have you done?
Yo, when your when you've only got a +2 to charisma, but you roll a 20.
Yeah, God.
giving me a +2 is pretty generous. I
I
wouldn't
mean,
go that far. I guess I
you're-
talk
you're
for a
better
living
than a
now.
lot of
That's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
you
pretty
have
impressive.
advantage because I'm charmed, but
hmm
anyway.
So I don't know. I have
How you feel?
I have mixed feelings about whether or not we should start without Aranya, because I have a bit of a recap to do to explain why we're here, and I feel like I'm gonna have to do it again when she gets here.
Honestly, like, what do what you think's best. Like,
All right. Well, I'm gonna talk to our non-existent audience for a minute. So hey everybody, if you're everyone who's watching here in the future, and anyone who might be in chat right now. So far I've only seen the players in chat, but we might have, but Con might be there. Oh, I don't know who that is. Welcome, first time chatter. Friend of Maneri's, it seems. Welcome. Today is unfortunately the last session of A Fox's Tale of the World Tour. We've been the campaign's been a little cursed for a while, and Rumi needs to step away, and so too does Bosco, who is actually not even here today. They had chaotic life things are just getting in the way, so the player behind Figment is stepping away, and they won't even be here for the final session, unfortunately. So today is the last session. It's going to be a bit of an epilogue as we see where our characters are going, and then they take their own their own paths. I don't expect this to be a full-length session, simply because I'm not gonna get into any of the adventuring stuff I had planned. At least because part of it was centered around Figment, who is not here. But
What?
yes. But yeah. I just feel awkward because this is being recorded. But yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and start. We're just gonna play through. And we'll catch Aranya up when she gets here.
Mhm.
I'm pausing for a moment because this is usually when I say that we're going to start without Aranya, that's when she walks into the call.
They're surprisingly good at it. It's like they've got a third sense for it.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think she
Just
has
give
more
a
than
good
3
call
senses.
of a pack tactics.
It doesn't work if she's not on the call. But
Well, that's the thing. You speak
I
of the
can't-
devil and they come. So
I don't well, maybe. But-
I'll fucking do it. Pack tactics. No,
Pack tactics.
we tried our
All right,
best, guys.
all
I'm
right.
sorry.
I don't think she could hear you all the way in Thailand.
I'd probably me, because I'm closest.
Yes. Well,
God damn it, you are
Yell
in
louder.
Australia.
Yep.
yeah, just yell all the way from Australia to Thailand. Get her
Yes.
attention.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So last time on A Fox's Tale World Tour, our heroes entered into the hideout, the cult's base, for lack of a better word, of the silent cult, the cult of silence. This was a difficult combat for them, as the nature of the cultists' building created a zone of magical silence, preventing the use of many of the party's preferred spells. Attacking from outside the house into it, or using specific spells without vocal components was required. The party slaughtered the cultists, and the cult leader fled to the back room. From the back room, he prayed before a statue of a twisted void thing. A statue of the void creature Silence. He prayed for help, and his wish was granted in the form of faceless angels. Angels who have fallen to the void and embraced nothingness. The faceless angels and the party then engaged in battle in the hallway. The angels fired black lightning from their fingertips. But the party fought their way through them, defeated the angels, reached the cult leader praying before his statue, and Dia, in a vicious, savage attack, tore him apart with her fangs. And the cult leader lied dead. The surviving cult member fled out the back, but our heroic fairy, Harp, shot the fleeing cultist in the back with a fairy sprite sleeping arrow, and captured him. The party went and planned on beginning a search of the establishment and questioning of the surviving cult members. But before they could do so, the guards arrived. Having launched spells from the street, and a cult member shot in the back just outside the headquarters had drawn the attention of the authorities. Knowing their connections, though the party may have considered fighting, I'm going to put some words in Granny Skizma's mouth. Granny Skizma, knowing that her knitting circle would help out of the situation, calmed the party. Dia, however, was savage and required calming from the other party before she would relent. Now,
Enhanced diplomacy.
now, the party finds themselves sat in a prison in Lysita, each given their own cell, with the exception of Harp, who is in the same cell with Ryu. Harp, being too small to be held by the bars, has a wrist restraint around his waist, chaining him to the wall.
Yeah.
Dia... Oh! Aramia's here! Just as I'm finishing the
Frania,
recap...
welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Where was I?
The
Dia...
Harp was trapped here because gone.
Yes, yes.
What?
Harp is restrained by a manacle around his waist, chaining him to the wall so that he cannot simply fly out of the prison. And Dia, with her savage strength, is likewise restrained with chains to the wall. Todd has been disarmed. The sword taken from him, the sword taken from their body. Host now staggers about aimlessly, trying to reunite with their consciousness. The sword is stored in the evidence locker with the rest of your materials. And each of you have
Wait,
been
we are
given...
arrested?
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't get
Yeah.
time to search the place because the guards were already there on pursuit and captured us. But due to Granny Skisma's words, we got locked up. Mostly just say, hey, the knitting circle's got this. They'll bust us out.
They'll either bust us out or they'll talk to them and explain that those cultists were definitely involved with the void.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
something. I suppose at this point we're just waiting.
Yes. So, you were all now in your prison cell. Is there any conversations you would like to have at this time, or any descriptions you would like to give? How is everyone handling this stint in jail?
Granny's going to bring back her favorite little friend.
Can she do that without a material component?
She can, because she didn't unsummon him. She dismissed him as an action, which, if I remember correctly, you can bring them back immediately after. You can bring them back with an action later.
I believe so.
But let me check that. Okay, well, I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, she's gonna bring Vagabond back and have him try to squeeze between the bars, and then just sneak over to here and just sort of keep eyes down the hallway.
Sword.
Oh yeah, I remember. Aren't they just a sword or something?
Yes.
What? You
So-
try to fight against the bars.
Get sword.
Oh, that's not fun at all. Oh, wait a minute. What about Private Jones? What about Private Jones?
What about Private Jones?
God, did they murder him?
Host could fix him later.
I hope he's...
Todd could
he's
fix him later.
Oh, tragic. Well, I guess that's something we'll have to explain. I suppose we could just say it was one of the cultists thing they made, and then have our friends go grab his bones and bring him back later. Yeah, that's what we'll go with, I think.
I took care of them.
What do you mean by that?
Sword.
God, can someone please help? They're just gonna keep moaning like that for the next couple hours.
Alright. Granny Schizma,
Yeah.
Mhm.
are you using your abilities to hear through vagabonds, to sense through vagabond senses?
Occasionally, she's hopping over, so she's spacing out just to sort of perceive what through the little crabby dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, you overhear a conversation. You overhear a certain, famous hero having a conversation with the, Lord High Commander of the Sittin Guard.
Wait a minute, do I know this guy? No,
I-
I do, but I'm assuming that Schizma doesn't.
Yeah, it's unclear if she'd ever have heard his voice. But from the sniveling, guard commander, you overhear the name, Cadron Dragave. I mean, Sir Cadron Dragave.
Oh yeah, he'd get reprimanded for not including that. Maybe not by Cadron, but definitely by his superior.
In good time, that conversation comes to an end, and Vagabond, you hear doors opening, and boots walking on stone floor. Someone is coming.
Oh, they try to skitter back and hide underneath Schizma's robe while she tries to dismiss him.
Right. Entering into your block of prison cells. The music stopped looping. Let me reloop that. Moving into your block of prison cells, you see a well-dressed nobleman, with like some fancy armor attached. He looks as though he is clearly a wealthy man. He also seems to have been no stranger to combat. He has a scar over one eye, and seems like he certainly knows how to fight, despite his posh attire.
Free.
Yes, you will be free very soon. I have spoken with a man of great importance, and he sees to have evidence which exonerates you. It seems that the individuals you have taken it upon yourself to deal with were in fact members of a demonic cult. I do not approve of such action being taken inside my city. But you have the mark of the adventurer. You are doing adventurer's work. In this
I do
case,
apologize.
you should. Also, we have raiders. Let me break for a moment and say hello. Thank you, Pan. Thank you for the raid.
Oh.
Oh no, your stream had tech difficulties. That's That's sad. That's sad. You were doing the Pokemon bug type
No.
only? No. Is it bugs? You still on bugs? I forget. Oh, okay. Looks like I'm going to be chromatically aberrant right now. I see how that is.
I'll get got.
I shall get got. Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. Shame about things. We're in our epilogue session of a Fox's Tale of the World tour. We'll be ending things. And apparently I'm going to be giving this epilogue in an orb. I didn't think this was an orb moment, but I thought wrong.
All moments
I
are
will-
orb moments.
I suppose I won't argue with the audience. If this is an orb moment, so be it. Yes. So as I was saying, or as Skizma was saying, I believe Skizma was apologizing.
Oh yeah. So, Skizma's gonna say to him, "So I want you to understand, we had no intention of actually beginning a fight in there, you see. When we approached, it was revealed to us in the moment that it was a demonic cult, and we were already within the confines of the place, so we assumed the worst and acted to defend ourselves."
I see. Now I have the words of the Realm Warden that this was indeed cult behavior and that you were doing adventurer work. And therefore, I will not be pressing charges. You will be released in due time. All of your goods will be returned to you.
Soon.
Yes, soon. And,
Good.
the commander will take his leave unless anyone has anything more to say to him.
No.
Well, Ryu, I suppose the upside is now you'll be able to talk to the city about that time you killed that horrible demon cult and saved them all from being sacrificed to some horrible entity from beyond the veil.
Yeah.
Put that, another feather in your cap. Hmm?
I love
Boy.
that, yeah.
Alright. Sometime later, the guards come around with the keys to release you from your cells. You are one by one released, and your confiscated weapons, armor, arcane foci, and assorted equipment are returned to you. And you are brought to this. We'll take you to the city map now.
Thanks.
Todd, you as soon as host is able to touch Voidbreaker once again, Voidbreaker's personality reasserts itself. You are yourself once more.
Well, that was a weird experience. I've been a
doesn't
sword
seem-
for quite a while, but I
Doesn't
never
sound
thought
like
I'd
you
be
had much fun.
separated again.
It's almost like
No,
we haven't
I
really
had
been ourselves
I
lately,
had a
yeah.
very fun. I've had an excellent time with all the contraband and such. I love
Okay,
the
well-
conversation with the carpet. Yeah, it was very good. No, it wasn't.
I have a question then. What happens if like a normal not host person picks you up? Can you suppress their emotion and hijack the body like some sort of cursed object?
I could if they die.
Oh, I see. All right, so you are slight. Oh, that's funky. All right.
Mm, yes, some explaining to do. This body was once one allied with the Void, the enemy. However, one of a honorable paladin had slain them, and afterwards left their armor and their brooch.
Ah, so
of
you
office.
hijacked. So you hijacked the dead body, and now you're piloting it like a meat suit.
Indeed, that's that's been what happened since the very beginning. But now,
Ain't that? Ain't that just charming? Classic Ignacy.
but I can still hear host echoing their thoughts. They wish to be separated from me, but yet still able to move. Not exactly a very accommodating relationship.
Oh well, I suppose that's what you get for working with the Void. Anyways.
Mm, but
As you make your way out into the streets, Dia is quite agitated.
something the
Yeah,
matter.
that sounds like a wonderful relationship that you have there.
Is everything all right?
I I don't know if I I think I need to go.
I understand.
No, go where, cousin?
Please. You haven't seemed like yourself lately. Neither have I.
What do you
We
mean?
have someone fighting against. I wanted to understand why we make why you all make packs bigger than you can manage, and I haven't found that answer, and I really don't like what I don't like being a weapon.
But you're not, you're my
So
cousin.
I'm going back to a pack that I understand.
Dia,
Aw,
I know. They're fully in the right to do this if you're going to tell them that.
no. I was saying that's the correct move. You are indeed seemingly a bit off, but I can say that I've respected your presence, and I thank you for what you have done to protect Ryu thus far.
If I see you again, I still owe you a few favors.
Yes, you do. But for now, go on your way, friend.
I still need to show you some stuff. But hey, maybe we'll run into each other's again, cousin. The world is shockingly a small place.
It is.
Well,
I
I
think I'm
hope.
gonna try
So,
some new forests. So, uh,
Yeah, stay safe.
call me, no matter
Yeah, I,
where
I can send you a
go.
message.
And, I am going to, go wolf form.
Mhm.
I am going to give, Ryu a like a nuzzle, and then a big bite on the ear, and then I'm off.
Aw. How affectionate.
I have an important
Phew,
question.
not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to do this with the big sword in your mouth in big mode?
Would be
That
hard
would
to.
be really painful for her ear. I don't think that I want to do that.
No. I didn't mean the nuzzle. I meant the
Oh.
bite. I meant the running through running out of Lysida towards the woods as Sif Big
Ah.
Wolf.
Thematically, I feel like I do the bite in small form, but
Mhm.
as the camera pulls away and as I go over the horizon, the blade has appeared in my mouth, and I am giant. And with tattoo engaged fully, just I hadn't gotten to show this off yet, but I imagined like black additions to her coat in giant wolf form, similar to the claw tattoos, leaving like a after trail as she runs off into the distance.
Goodbye, dear.
Be well, cousin.
Suppose it's fair. Adventuring life, like what we do, isn't the most enjoyable for most people. Hopefully she finds what she's looking for.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right. I suppose.
No.
We wanted her. I wanted her for running security for the concert. Damn.
Don't worry. I can help with that.
I'll go get Kogan out and he'll go do fish things, I guess.
Unfortunately, since Vasco is unable to be here today, I'm going to summarize Figment's departure. Sometime after you were released from prison, Figment will go to meet the merchant who was interested in their origins, Urbano Bani. None of you know exactly what Urbano revealed to Figment in the basement of that shop. Figment came back with a glint of dreaming in her eyes. And she spoke to you, confused in the way she spoke was as if she was in a dream. But she said that there was something important she needed to do. That she needed to help Urbano's master. Vizel is her name. And that it was important for Figment and for everything which dreams. And so Figment must leave the party and pursue mysterious mysteries. Perhaps one day will come to the forefront of a different campaign.
Oh, well.
We would have at least said goodbye and waved them off.
Yes.
Perhaps reminiscing about the good times that we had, if very limited.
Vagabond, despite their evil nature and loathing distrust of all things in this reality that is not crab or trilobite shaped, feels a sadness when that thing, what isn't of this world, is gone. Because in truth, Figment could only find kinship with Figment. Because as far as Vagabond was concerned, they were just as unreal as he was. And now he must continue his loathsome search. I'm sorry, Vagabond's actually chaotic evil, everybody. Spoiler alert.
No, that makes sense. I don't believe that that anything in the crab family can be of any other alignment.
Yeah.
Except except for Indigo Crabtoya. He is a true hero.
You see,
Oh my God.
it's like, God.
Oh,
I
hey,
stepped
Zed's
away
rating
into the
us.
sunset. The pupper came back because I went to warm up some soup, and I knew it. I knew that crab was evil. Pork, pork.
Well, yeah, no. Vagabond is like Vagabond hates all living things that are
Oh,
not
wow.
Oh
fucking
my God.
shitness.
Pork. I knew it.
Hey, we are getting raided. Hello, raiders. Welcome. We are being raided by both Zed and Mokana. How was Destiny? I know you guys were playing that earlier. Welcome, raiders. Raiders, you have unfortunately joined us at an awkward time. This is the end of our campaign, and we are bidding farewell as the band is breaking up. But there will be one last show for Ryu before we leave things here. But yes, glad you guys had fun with Destiny. Where was I? Yes.
Barking
So
crabs.
yes, Dia has left. Figment has left. Only Voidbreaker, Schisma, and Ryu remain. Otto and Harp, of course, are loyal to Ryu until the end, and will be with her, whatever horrible thing she does. I mean, whatever thing she does.
Otto will be there when the final fight really and this and he's just some guy,
He'll be with Ryu right up until the moment she walks
isn't a
across the
guy.
Bifrost Bridge to face the enemy at the end of all things. But that is a ways away. All right. So, is there anything else? Any other conversations? Oh, there's one thing. Schisma, you have a debt to pay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she has to go do the thing for Karna.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's the magical day. I prepare, reincarnate, and I inform her that this will not be pleasant, and this may take a few tries if you are especially unlucky.
I understand what I signed up for, Schisma.
Alright then.
I have prepared the reagents for you.
Understood. I have my own methods of beginning the procedure, but if you have a preferred means of expiring, I'd be fine with using that as well.
You're the expert. If you have a means that is of minimal discomfort, I understand it will be quite a lot, but I yield to your expertise.
Fair enough, fair enough. If that's the case, then let's go ahead and get you lied down, and I'm going to go bring along my assistant. And it's at this point that she would have Kogan show up again, and his job here is just to,
Deliver a coup de grace?
yeah, as painlessly and quickly as possible on a girl, on like an old lady that's laying down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so I just want you to briefly sort of describe what this ritual process looks like as Granny Schisma aids Karna in her quest to reincarnate in a more long-lived form.
So the process here is Schisma taps her staff on the ground, and after doing this 3 times, starts to paint a circle around her that just sort of glows like an ephemeral blue as spores from her mushroom staff sort of come on are painted onto the ground. Um, she has Kogan wait there, and the reason, honestly, Karna could be dead by now and it wouldn't matter. She's just trying to not make it clear when that's going to happen so that there's less fear of the moment when it hits.
Mm-hmm.
But suffice to say, mushrooms start to grow out of the circle and sort of just create like, this weird glowing scape that casts blue light and long shadows are all around the room. And it's at this point that our boy Kogan will just immediately just bring down his wakizashi and behead Karna. As this happens, all of the spores start to just float off of the mushrooms and onto her body and cover her in just a sheet of glowing blue mushroomy light. And it is at this point that I will request the option to roll a 1d100.
I shall roll the one. I shall roll the one. Go ahead and roll 1d100. Just know that there are some options on the default reincarnation table which are not setting appropriate, and will need to be adjusted.
Well, as long as we don't get gnomed, this will be
just
great.
don't roll it. Just don't
It's
roll a
not
dragonborn or a gnome.
Kobold.
Yeah.
31 is
High
high
elf.
elf.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly what she hoped for. First try.
Perfect.
All right.
I
So what does
I'm
what
sure-
does the reforming process look like?
essentially, what happens is within a few moments, the light from all of the mushrooms, they just sort of dissipate, and there is no body left behind. And a few moments later, they come back together and reform. And Karna is left standing there in her new, elfy body, wearing what she was wearing before. And her room is now full of blood, spores, and there's mushrooms in a lot of places. But Granny will just cast Wither to get those to go away. Sorry, Wither and Bloom to get those cleaned up. But she's feeling probably a lot better, considering she's not dead anymore. But hey.
She as she recovers, she sort of feels her body, looks at her hands, which are now thinner, more elf-like. She feels her pointed ears. She takes in her new improved elven vision, and did you do it on the first try, or did I block out all the failed attempts?
No, you got very, very lucky. I think that's probably the best result you could have asked for.
And here I was afraid I was going to get stuck as a stubby dwarf. I mean, I'd have taken it, but
Hey, it's not all that bad.
no offense intended.
Oh, I understand. It must be quite it must be quite the difference for you having to get adjusted to people, being taller than you, making short jokes, stairs.
Thank you, Skizma. A favor is repaid. Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoy the extra time you have now, and I suppose you better get to work figuring out what this new body can do for you. From what I understand, high elves have some natural inklings towards magic that I'm sure you might find enjoyable.
Oh yes, I'll have to try that out. Although I have been retired from being a witch for some time, you know.
Okay.
I suppose now I have another 100 years or so I may have to consider my options.
Yeah, for a human, that's all the time in the world. But might I give you a suggestion, though, if you like to keep yourself settled down?
Yes?
You might find it a bit easier to slip into Bellinor if you can come up with a clever explanation. And I've never been there myself, but I hear it's quite the paradise.
Tempting. I'll keep it in mind, but I don't think I could exactly pull off, being 1,000-year-old elf. I'm quite good with my words, but that would be quite the con.
Fair. Well, regardless, it was a pleasure working with you, and I need to go ahead and keep an eye on my friends, though. You never know the trouble they get up to, right? I'm sure you heard what happened recently.
I did. I was surprised to hear that they were, aligned with the enemy. But, fortunately, our connections were able to get you out. I did not expect the Realm Warden himself to come down and speak in your behalf.
From what I understand, he probably has a fondness for the Fox Lady. He is, after all, from what I understand, trying to keep an eye on all the winds and all of that.
I suppose. He was searching for them.
But I must be on my way. Plus, I'm sure Tumbles is absolutely just having a horrible time. I haven't checked on him since the incident with the silent people. So I'll be going. But if you need any help or if you have any complications, which shouldn't happen, but if they do show up, do contact me. I'll get you fixed up right away.
Thank you, Skizma.
She waves and makes her way out the door. Oh, wait, one more thing. You should definitely go and make sure that you don't have any allergies. It'd be really bad for you to get stung by a bee or, eat some peanuts and just die. So, be ready for that. Start looking about for that sort of thing. I'm sure you can afford 500 gold, but just definitely don't. That might happen. Bye-bye.
I guess I need to go and buy a potion of lesser restoration, just in case.
Yeah. Hey. I mean, it's a new body, right?
Yeah. I suppose it's possible. Your new body could have allergies, your old one doesn't. She discovers that she can't eat peanut butter anymore. Is it even worth living another 100 years? If I could never have peanut butter again.
Yeah, but now she isn't allergic to pecans.
Perhaps. Alright. Alright. I believe Voidbreaker has someone they want to talk to.
Clamari Signfox. Since last time, I told them that I'll explain everything, but I didn't get the chance to
Mm-hmm.
before we were captured. So it would be a good time as any to take up on her invitation.
All right. Do you go and seek her out at the university, or
Her place. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, her place.
These other NPCs were not in the scene. All right. You Todd makes their way to the dorms of King's University, and you enter in, and you make your way towards Clamare's room.
Glad you're alright.
She looks at you. Her face goes through a 1,000 emotions at once, and she settles on anger. What happened? Why? They're saying that he was consorting with demons?
Yes.
I never
They were.
I
It's-
saw no
it's-
such thing.
Neither did the paladins of the Glittering Knights. They're everywhere.
But I was
I'm
there.
afraid.
It was just a place where I could think and be.
I understand, but there's a bit of a difference between what they were doing is trying to absorb sound altogether. But there has to be some amount of sound. I mean, you're making sound now, and it sounds lovely, but sort of the nature of these demons, they want something gone to never have existed. It's terrible.
What kind of demons would... It doesn't make sense. Demons are destructive, but they don't... They just want power and souls and carnage.
Voidbreaker will look at the door, lock it, and say, "Fine, I will explain it explicitly well. These demons are a bit of a code name for the enemy of all things. They attempt to wipe out existence in its entirety. Many different forms of this void seek to present themselves as perhaps something benevolent, but in secret, they just want existence to end, for nothing to exist no longer.
Why?
Because if there's a such thing as all thing, there needs to be something as no thing. It is an endless war that I myself have taken a part of, as Ignatius chosen. Or I'd like to think that.
You were some sort of chosen hero, then?
I suppose chosen is not exactly, but the circumstances of which I joined this fight, I would say that I've been chosen in some way. And your professor has recognized that when they pull out their blade and say, "Touched me," and shows like does it like in a sort of like making sure that the blade doesn't actually look at El threatening, and like making sure that any sort of sharp edge would be going away from Klamari.
Mhm. He said something about this being an ancient weapon
Mm,
of Ignacy.
it's me. Yes, it's me. I am the ancient weapon of Ignacy. Though my emotions are made a bit more attuned with the body that I possess. It's no no coincidence that I was to help the winds get to the conclusion to help finish this war. But
If you're saying that this sword is you, then
mhm.
whose face am I looking at?
Well, despite it all, this was a body of one of the enemy. They were seeking to end the Elysian Plains for their terrifying plant monsters, killing their own. However, they were going about it following guidance from an enemy. They were about to do something that would take their soul forever, but a paladin of Ignacy slew them, left their armor and badge of office, and allowed me to take control. But most of these changes to my body are the direct choice of my own. So, essentially, for a part of it, it's me. Another part is the person that was slain for working with the enemy. I would understand if it disturbs you, but
Make a persuasion check, Voidbreaker.
all right. Persuasion check. I will bump that up using my power to make it a +6, which would be a 13.
Okay. 13 is a success. Todd, I need time to think about this.
Mhm. That's understandable.
Master Sonus, I thought he was a good man. He was a friend.
He could very
And
well have.
And you and your companions killed him. And killed a lot of my friends. But if
I'll
they
be
were
honest,
working
I'm-
with demons, then you were right to do so. But I
I'll
can't
be
look at you
completely
right now.
transparent. It was never my intention to kill. It was merely to knock out and try and figure out what was going on. My compatriots, however, are bloodthirsty. That, unfortunately, that was unfortunately something that did not go to plan. I'm sorry.
I mean, you made the first attack roll.
Yeah,
no.
but
Yeah,
this,
you made it first attack roll.
Yes.
yeah, and
Roll for deception.
no,
I'm sorry.
No.
I heard.
Jermaine.
The Void Angel showed up, and Skiz was like, "Oh damn! All right.
yeah.
I guess I don't have to revive nobody today."
It was to maim and get them starting asking the questions. But anyway, yeah, it was to knock out in any case, just get them quickly before they could react. But in any case, yeah, Todd is being truthful when they say that they were intending to knock everyone out and try and figure it all out. Never intending to kill anyone.
Mhm.
But
Klamari points to the door silently.
if you've thought about it enough and want to continue talking about it, I'll be at Ryu's show in a couple of days. I'll see you there, or maybe you could just write me a letter thereafter. I don't mind, but I do like you, Lamari. You've given me some things to think about, more so than most people.
Klamari looks down at the ground. She does not meet your eye. She continues pointing towards the door.
She'll close the door and move.
Alright. Todd, your successful persuasion check here. While Klamari is upset and will need time to process what has transpired here, because you succeeded on the persuasion check, she will eventually come around to the correct conclusions and will not fall to the void.
That's good. All right. Suppose I'll come up to my allies at this point.
Alright. Ryu, I know that you had intended on doing a bit of a side quest to go and find some poor desperate soul to sign a devil contract and
Yeah, but we don't
make-
have time for that.
yeah, we're going to just leave that
Say
to
that you did
Ryu's
it.
unseen adventures of the future.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Alright.
Yeah, it's okay. Alright, and we still going to do the concert or?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going. I'm
Yeah, okay.
going. Hold on, I got two different marketplace maps. I gotta make sure this is the right one. Okay. The other one's covered in bodies from when the skis came.
The marketplace, the ending place of 2 whole campaigns.
I love it.
This land is thoroughly cursed.
I think the Licit marketplace map is cursed. But yes. All right. You find yourself in the marketplace. Map provided by Red Giant Maps on Patreon, apparently. And
Go buy some.
the The day of the concert has come. Let me see if I have a.
Wonderful.
Let me see if I have a daytime version of this map prepared. Ah, but I do, but it doesn't have the stage. Oh well.
We can just rock with the nighttime stage.
Yeah. So this
You
is.
could have like higher some cleric or something to cast like change weather so it's a bit cloudy, just so that the stage has better lighting for her illusions and stuff.
You literally you teleport in, you're off through the fucking portal. He literally blows on his horn, then just fucks off.
got the stage mist going on.
Dude, I'm just imagining him just showing up like,
Yeah.
oh, hey there, guys. Bye-bye. I need to go focus on civil unrest. Doodles.
You're off forcing his necromancer friend to blow a 7th and 8th levels, or like a 5th. What level is teleportation circle? I forget. Is it 5th level?
It's 7th. God.
No, teleport is 7th level.
Teleportation circle. Let's see. Honestly, I feel like he would be getting one built in his castle.
Yeah, 5th level.
Yeah, it's 5th
Yeah.
level.
So you make your necromancer burn 2 5th level spell slots for the day just to teleport in and play your horn. He glares at you like you don't understand the value of the magic you're wasting. But yes, just to be clear, the big magic circle here in the center is the public teleportation circle for Lysita. That anyone can use. For the show, a few things of note. Firstly, Ryu,
Yeah.
you have made 2 agreements around this performance. One, you have promised Abaddon that you would play, you would sing a song in Infernal that a demon has been teaching you. As far as all of your research has shown into the song, it is not supernaturally evil. But Abaddon wants you to sing it for some reason, so, you know, you should be concerned.
Whatever. Okay.
Furthermore, you have made an agreement with the Glittering Knights, who do not know about your other agreement, in order to sing Rise Up Bright Sun, which is an Aeolian hymn,
Right.
to
And
celebrate.
that's what it's for.
It's an Aeolian hymn celebrating the sun rising up and driving away, you know, good times beginning, new beginnings from, you know, bad times. You have promised to perform this song, as the Glittering Knights of Eos have had a little bit of a fucky situation recently.
That's a bit.
Just a little bit of civil war, you know, it's fine. It's all fine now. We're all good.
Yeah.
And in exchange for you performing this song, and the tacit endorsement of the Glittering Knights, that of the new Glittering Knights, that performing that song in Lysita at this time would be, they are providing you Glittering Knights for your security, for the performance, and to sell your merch.
Yeah.
Yes. Push the merch.
Yes, let's purge the merch. And Voidbreaker will buy a plushie.
Voidbreaker buys a plushie.
Marketable.
Yeah.
As all things should be.
Well,
Hey, wait a minute. The plushie's colors are all wrong. It's not brown. It's not brown enough.
Oh yes, because these plushies were made before you had your makeover into fiendish fox.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get all new. You're gonna have to get all new merch, Ryu.
No. See, those are exclusive Legacy Ryu versions. Classic.
Oh, okay. Now you're gonna raise the price.
Yeah. It's original Ryu, you know?
You can't start
Original
up. You can't start upcharging for the legacy stuff until after the new stuff is available, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is the last batch. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna become a collector's edition, you know? The
Mhm.
price on these things are gonna raise exponentially. So, you know, buy up real quick while you still can at market price because it's gonna go way up.
Mhm. All right. As the time for the show becomes closer, you know, the crowd begins to pack into the markets.
All right.
All right.
We're just gonna has enchant abilities on herself, so you know, better
Mhm.
performance. Has abilities. That's gonna be charisma, I think. For
Oh, yeah.
Paladin.
And I will give you War's insight to make sure that you have a bit more insight into initiative. But this is
Right,
just
yeah.
more of a paranoia thing than anything else.
Casting illusions.
All right. So,
Prestidigitation. Yeah.
so Ryu, I would like you to go ahead and describe for us how your what your show looks like.
All right. Does we still have that hat of disguise or no? Not right now.
I believe you only had that because you borrowed it from Philomere. Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't think
really,
Ryu
really like
had
the
had
hat.
her own hat of disguise.
Yeah, because that way I could, you know, summon Greater Steed and use the Pegasus as like a projector screen.
Mm.
But that's okay. Let's see. I had to check again what kind of spells he
Oswald?
got.
How's Oswald 21 again?
Yeah.
Because he lost a lot of levels because of the thing.
Yeah, he gave up
God,
all of his
wow.
wizard levels.
Oh, really? Damn. Well, good for Ozzy, I suppose. I hope it was worth it.
It was
Yeah,
worth
Let's
it.
see.
Then it
It-
was
To
worth
be
it.
because he can now be a full cleric now.
And he gave
Exactly.
up. He gave Talavan a feat, if I remember correctly.
Yes, the capability of having done off as a item interaction, I believe.
Question. Can I blast Synthetic Static straight up into the sky so that it would, you know, work like a skylight sort of stuff?
Probably not, because it's like a psychic fireball and there's no one up there to experience the pain.
Mm.
If I had to guess.
Let's see.
But Ryu has some illusion spells. I forgot you do have Find Greater Steed now, so if you want to describe flying into the stage on a Pegasus, you could do so. Probably a black fiendish Pegasus, but
That would be pretty cool and impressive.
And
When's this
Todd
black?
also-
Oh my god. When's this black Pegasus gonna meet the black unicorn?
Oh no.
the ego clash would be monumental. No one would survive.
But would they date? Would they date afterwards?
Oh yes, they would very much. But they would hate each other. It would be
It-
super toxic.
Yeah.
Let me guess, but they'd be united by the fact that they think everybody else is worse than them. They just can't agree who's better.
Yes.
Ryu, you can have an unseen servant for this performance to help out with, like, if you need anything, hold it up or whatever.
Right,
All right.
right, understandable. So, Ryu's gonna,
Mhm.
you know, on a black Pegasus who, and she, it doesn't land nicely on the stage because she doesn't need it to the stage. You know, Hilo lands while the Pegasus like flying circles. Being a what's the word? Being a decoration? No, not decoration. Addition to the show, probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the word would be, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a word for it, but I don't know.
Mhm.
But yes. And she's just, you know what? She's got money. I think she could probably hire a band somewhere. Probably like behind. Let's see.
Marilyn,
Are there MP?
make it so.
Oh, what?
What?
Make what so?
Ryu said hiring a band. You know who?
Oh, fuck, God,
Yes.
it's Egghead and the boys. Oh my
Oh,
God,
yes, let's go.
motherfuckers.
Yes, let's go.
I don't know what they are, but it's good.
Why would...
Oh yeah, no, you get, of course, yeah, Egghead and his flying steed, his summon Fae friend, and then Egghead's accountant, whose name's Jorgston. He sort of sounds a little bit like Ulfric Stormcloak a little bit, but he really just fucking hates, he hates, spending too much money and haggling.
You say Ulfric Stormcloak, but every time you
he's
do
gonna
that
get-
voice, I just hear Von Strangle from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, you're right. It is a little bit like that, isn't it?
Mhm.
I
the thing is,
for sure.
it's like you just have to get your voice really far down there, and kind of like. Anyways, yeah, no, we're doing the music. He gets out his tambourine. Egghead does some classic. Is very. Egghead usually would be doing country music, but he's gonna do whatever the heck you want to, considering he was kind of paid to be like backing, doing like the backing
Yeah.
stuff here.
Yeah. Some some introduction, some entry music. Imagine the those wrestling entries. She clans blasting like sparkling fire from her fingers
Oh.
everywhere.
God damn. I just realized something. If that's the case, honestly, should probably be Wingman who's out here if that's what you're looking for.
The what?
Well, I don't know. It's a totally, completely different personality. This is Wingman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
completely different. He's perfect. Completely
They've
different
never been
person.
seen
He's
in
a
the
glam metal
same
star.
same place at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, Wingman is a glam metal, loves rock and roll,
Mm,
has a warrior spirit.
yes. Yeah, Ryu's coming down.
And he's got like a badass winged tiger.
Yeah. Not like the other silly winged tiger.
Yeah.
But
Ryu's
anyways,
like,
go ahead.
Ryu's coming down, going like, "Hello, good morning, Osaka." Give me some noise. This stuff.
Yeah.
Draw the
Crowd-
crowd up.
Yeah.
Then, the crowd would go wild.
Mhm.
Woo! Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
hear one of them being explicitly loud in the front.
Yeah. Good. They probably, probably brought like colorful stick merch, like wave about excitedly. They probably do have colored stick merch. Just to wave around. Are they glow in the dark? Are they like glow in the dark paint? Because that would
Oh my
explain the cloud
god.
even better.
I mean, that would have
If
to be like
Carmine
a,
was,
I mean, you know,
you
that'd be
know
like a
what?
common magic item, but
I swear to God, if Carmine was here, he'd make magical sticks where if you bonk it that are inflatable, where if you bonk them together, they make an obnoxiously loud noise. Magical item, of course, totally.
Well, yes, we're just gonna introduce herself. Thank you everyone for coming, and she's gonna make sure that everyone have a great time and blows them a kiss, being all cutesy and seductively vixen kind as she started the song. She's
All
gonna,
right.
she's
It's a
gonna
kiss
sound
back.
like one of the songs at first. Yeah,
so
like lots
Ryu.
of energy, dancing all over the place,
Mhm.
blowing kisses, shaking her skirts. Very idolsy.
Mhm. So Ryu, I have a question. I have two questions. One,
Yeah,
are you intending to play both of those songs which you agreed to play?
of course.
All right, I have a follow-up question. Which one will you play first?
Well, obviously, she's gonna have to play the Rise of, Sun first,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where all this cloud of fall. Because the plan is she plays most of the song in the cloud, right? With all the great lighting, the illusion makes everything glow nicely. She jumps and you know dance over the places, give people glimpses here and there, just to tease them a bit. And then when it's time to play the Glittering Night song,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna like she's gonna start with your introduction. And of course, thanks on top of thanking everyone for coming here, we have a special thanks to the Glittering Knights, of our sponsors today. And,
Also, we'll
yeah,
tip their hat. We'll tip bow to that.
and, yeah. And to say thanks to our Glittering Knights friends, here's a song just for them. And then she's gonna sing a song, and the clouds gonna part, the sun's gonna, quote unquote, rise up as the cloud part. It's gonna be really nice, I think. Yeah. How's people feeling with that?
There
I
is.
like it.
Mhm. Yes. There is some applauding as everyone realizes what song you're singing. The audience. This is a very well-known song. It is the most popular hymn for Eos, one of the most popular goddesses. Even if even if recently things have been rough for her church and they have committed some crimes in recent times, they're trying to rebrand, as it were. And there is and seeing you come out and singing one of their songs, the audience actually like joins in, and a lot of them sing with you. And there is
Yeah,
a
like
sort of
holding candles.
mhm. Yes, and there is a sort of collective energy of moving on from dark times. Oswald Fawcett, Magister, Min's character from another campaign who is retired. I'm talking to them right now.
Yes. Yes. What is it?
Because Ryu has completed this objective, or this request, and has played this song at this time in this place, because of that, coupled with your own actions, of leaving the party behind and returning to Lasita to take up, to join, the sort of administration of the Glittering Knights, since you have left the faithful of the Sun party behind, faithful of the Light, I should say, now, you have become a Magister. Your experience has given you authority within the church. You are not the Grand Magister. A new Grand Magister has been elected, but you are one of the administrators under him. Additionally, and more
Oh
relevant,
my gosh.
because of what Rio has just done, and your own actions, there will not be a schism in the Glittering Knights.
Mhm. Well, I got to think. I got to thank Ryu. Personally, then. After the show.
You
Well,
know,
don't get
thank her
too
too
excited.
soon.
Don't get too excited. She has another thing to do.
He'll think. He'll. Oswald will think about it during the show and continue watching.
All right. I imagine, Ryu, you're not going to immediately transition from Rise Up Bright Sun to this infernal music that you have planned. I imagine that'll be,
No.
yeah, I believe that
They'll
would be too
probably
much tonal
add it,
whiplash.
like a couple more songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They'll probably pad it with a couple more songs.
Mm-hmm.
And but yes, even she does have to like sing the sponsorship song, you know,
Mm-hmm.
after like one of her songs and she does like a lovely cutesy twirl that maybe twirl a bit too fast, hiking her skirt a bit too high. Yeah, they're the kind of like idolsy dance, very cute.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah,
As
and that should be like how long did she book the plaza for her concert?
however long you need.
Okay. I think by she's gonna have Otto, Hub, and Granny to like go around collecting the sellings of her merch because it's coming to a close already.
Mm-hmm.
So it all makes sense.
All right.
After she's sure that collecting has been collected.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
by however much it has sold.
Yeah. Ryu
Yeah.
notices among the audience there is a well-dressed man with a with a raven on his shoulder. You suspect that is not a raven, and and you recognize that well-dressed man is not a man. Abaddon,
Right.
Lord in Hell.
He's my he's my
He's your baby daddy.
how
Yeah,
to
we know.
yeah, he's my baby daddy.
But he's also here to make
I-
sure you fulfill your contract.
I want you to know when you look over at your baby daddy, fucking our boy over here, Jorgensen literally drops his tambourine, almost falls off the fucking stage. He's like, oh fuck, what is it this time? His head.
See, I thought he was your sugar daddy, not your baby daddy. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Save that for the
Well, I mean, the
announcement.
baby ain't born yet, but
Oh my.
Things got a bit out of hand. Some contracts were made, But anyway, yes, after making sure that it's all been collected, we're just gonna like. And now, before we end our lovely concert here and thanking everyone one more time for having shown up, we have another song from our last and final sponsor. So very generous. The one, the only, beautiful Lord of Hell himself, Abaddon, has
Wait, do you actually just say that aloud?
song.
Do you actually say that aloud?
The legendary song. Yes,
Oh god, oh no.
it's a sponsored song. And like, you hear that ring, man? And she just like,
Wingman, dude,
oh,
if you say that aloud, Wingman's gonna pause for a second and be like, wait, what? What are you getting at there?
get it.
Wait, no, wait.
And and then like, she's probably had like pyrotechnics like prepared for this entire
Your man's like
entire
sweating
time.
bullets. Like
She's probably
slips
got like
over.
pyrotechnics and like you see these like wooden fucking fences, right? Like these wooden fence things. Yeah, they're coated in oil, and Hop's gonna like set fire to it.
Wingman over here sort of just looks over to like the glittering knights. He's a little bit anxious now.
The fucking fence sets on fire. The pyrotechnic explodes into the air. Making the air smells a bit like sulfur.
The worst part is Slips over here is already fucking like strumming the bass guitar. She's just looking over at like Wingman like, come on, dude. What are you anxious about?
Yeah, come on, dude. And he's like, come on, dude. The Lord is here watching.
You know what? I'm gonna make this one fucking gnarly. He's just gonna fucking start tearing it up on his goddamn guitar. He doesn't give a shit.
All right.
They'll talk about this one for years.
Ryu, Wingman, I want both of you to give me performance rolls.
Okay, I've got enhanced abilities, so that's gonna be advantages. I think.
Yes.
You know what? I could probably upcast it to level 3, so Wingman also gets it.
Yeah, you could
Don't
have
worry,
you would have
has it.
upcast it for your band, no doubt.
Yeah,
Hear me out. Wingman is of the opinion that you should always use ability-enhancing spells before any major performance.
Absolutely. Like,
I suppose
like,
Wingman is also a
Oh,
bard,
yeah.
so he could
That's
enhance
good
himself.
Okay, let's do it
Just-
then.
just cuts a line of ability enhancements and just slip it out on your nose. Like, fuck
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you have to understand that it helps you feel the music.
Yeah, baby, 28.
27. Wait, why is my York right now? What the fuck? Go away, York. You're anxious as fuck right now.
All right. When Ryu says this, there is when Ryu says this announcement, that this was sponsored by the Lord in Hell, there is a moment of silence from the crowd. After Wingman like looks over, hesitates. Ryu cues the pyrotechnics. Harp causes the stage to the fences to burst into flames. Wingman gets his shit together and delivers an epic power chord on his
Electric guitar.
on his what's the word
Magic guitar?
the thing where something anachronistic, that's it, on his anachronistic electric guitar, and Ryu drops into the death metal growl, and that is speaking infernal, and the most epic rock concert bursts out. The glittering knights are the glittering knights are visibly uncomfortable, but the crowd seems to think that this is just part of the performance, that what you said was not literal. And at least some of the glittering knights are in the same camp. At least most of them are taking it as not literal. And so they're not smiting. Although they are somewhat visibly uncomfortable that you would say such a thing. Ryu, you and Wingman knock this performance out of the park. You are incredible. The crowd totally gets into it. And though none of them understand the words, the song will have a lasting effect on the people who hear it. Each one of them will be driven in the weeks and months which follow to act in a more self-serving, selfish, ambitious way.
Rock and roll, bitches!
+1 evil in the Principal Actions channel for the welcome
Ah,
session.
glorious.
Ryu's gonna like looks at that button, don't suggest like, you, me, backstage later.
He smiles and nods. And with that, we'll fade out on the concert.
Rock music in the background.
Mhm.
Hang on.
Gabe, I have one thing I'd like to say at the end.
Yes.
Slips is going to, after the show was done, Slips is going to go up to Harp and offer him a cigarette.
Damn it! Damn it! Roll20 kicked me out.
Oh.
I was going to make a saving throw for Harp. I gotta reload Roll20. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh yeah, because they would have gone with the one that charms people because it's performance time.
I'm gonna give Harp a saving throw to turn down your vile death sticks.
17.
Woo!
What's he saying?
I think we're waiting to see the result here.
I'm sorry, Roll20 is just lagging out.
Doing the roll 20 thing.
No.
Doing the roll 20.
Yes! Partake of the death stick.
All right. Snips and Harp will go smoking.
You see,
Teaching.
this is why Dia left, because y'all are bad influences. He's got hooked on smoking.
I'm sorry.
Like
I'm sorry. Slips is like that one goth friend in high school. Like that one goth girl in high school that just was big on smoking and everything that was edgy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that wasn't me.
Like they I mean, if anime was real, I'm pretty sure they'd be into Inuyasha.
Yes, Dia, the character I made based on Inuyasha. You want some cigarettes?
Oh no.
During this entire performance, Todd has been like speechless, just like watching this entire show go in, and slowly just backs up and accidentally bumps into Oswald. Accidentally. Just like in shock and horror about everything that is going on. But after the performance, it's like, yeah.
All right.
Fair
Well,
enough.
as Oswald and Todd are in wine souls, the moment they touch, they have a trippy experience where they are each forced to live out the entire existence of each other's lives. They meet all things, and I've shown this before, and in the interest of time, I'm not going to go through the whole rigmarole.
That's all good.
But
So, if Dia thought this was bad influence, she should see what Ryu does, backstage after the concert.
Oh, I already know you're a lost cause. That's why I'm out.
Damn.
You went all goth. I already knew shit was going south. I'm out. Bye.
God damn it.
But yeah, both of them slightly look at each other, and Oswald just whispers, "Welcome to the circle," and says nothing more.
God. I'm just imagining if Abaddon is still out there, like Jorg is as soon as the song's done, he's just gonna go run. He's just off the stage and like I lift my refrigerator in the oven. Are they just gonna run?
What's a refrigerator?
I don't know. Oh man.
All right. Yeah. So, with that, I think that's where we're going to, end things, I think.
Ooh.
Unless anyone has any last scenes that they wish to play out.
Uh, nah,
Probably
I
not
don't think.
publicly.
Mhm. Yeah,
All right then.
exactly.
All right then. In that case, let's go ahead and let me say a few more things first. So, with this, this will be the final session of A Fox's Tale World Tour. The World Tour is not over. Ryu, the Wind of Song, and her companions, Granny Schizma, Otto, Harp, and Todd, will continue their journeys around the world, going to far, far foreign lands and visiting strange new places. But we will not be joining them on this quest. It's been fun, and I'm glad that we played.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and take us over to the stream ending page so we get that stream ending background music as I talk, and I want to just thank everybody for playing, thanking everybody who has came and viewed us today or at any time in the future. If you are interested in continuing to, if you're interested in seeing more of our D&D, more of my D&D world and Worlds of Heroic Adventure, there is another game which plays on alternating Mondays on this channel called Sun and Shadow. Please come and join us there. I'm unsure if we're going to play this coming Monday because I am traveling and I'll be traveling home that day. I don't know. I don't yet know if I'm going to if we're going to have a session next week or not. But I would like to. But you can go and check out all of our previous adventures over on my YouTube channel, linked right there in the chat. Furthermore, if you're interested in playing D&D or any other role-playing games with me, you can check out my startplaying.games page. I'm always looking for players in one game or another. Right now I've got an open seats in a Dungeon Crawl Classics game playing on Saturdays. And a GURPS game playing on Wednesdays. So, go and check that out. If those interest you. Soon, I will be starting a new game playing on alternating Saturdays, which is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game set in the land of Hyrule in the Legend of Zelda universe. I don't know exactly when that's going to start, but that will be soon. Trademark. So go and check out my Start Playing page, and if you're watching this in the future, it might be up. And of course, for more up-to-date information, you can go and follow me on Twitter, assuming Twitter still exists in the future when you're watching this. But right now, Twitter is where I go to make my announcements about new games that I'm running, or things that I'm doing. If you are a content creator and you might want to play in the game that might be replacing this time slot in the future, hit me up on Twitter in the DMs.
Yeah.
Anything else I
Yeah.
need to announce or say or do?
Thumbs up.
I guess that's it.
Schisma's level 20 now, guys. Is that
Oh my
final
God.
announcement?
That's not how that works. Although I will say you can all level up. So if you show up in any of the
Other things.
yeah, in any of the one shots or anything on the server, you'll be one level higher than you are now. So I'll go ahead and say you can do that. All right. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. Good night, y'all. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.